Hello and welcome to Snide SB. Before the review begins, a little disclaimer. I do not promote the buying or selling of replica items. I fully endorse the resale game and forking over thousands of dollars to resellers for your shoes. There will be no W2C on this video. I will not tell you where to get them because I don't promote such things. Welcome to Snide SB Reviews. Let's get into the review. Hello YouTube, what's going on today? Today we are looking at a Travis Scott shoe again. You know, I've said on the channel, I'm not a Travis Scott fan, but the shoes themselves, oh, I love them. I love them. So I'm coming around. I even listened to some of his music the other day and it was all right. It was all right. I'm not going to go beyond that. It was all right, just all right. Okay, so today, before we get into this shoe itself, can I just please remind you to like this video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. It takes none of your time, none of your money away from you. It's just 2 clicks, like and subscribe. It really does help me out because it means I can keep producing these for you. If there's any shoes which I haven't shown that you are interested in seeing, drop a comment below, I'll get them in. I love to review stuff that's out of my normal scope of interest. So I do show a lot of SB dunks, a lot of dunks, some AJ1s, a couple AJ4s, but if there's anything you haven't seen and it's something you think maybe a little bit out there, that no one else is reviewing, let me know. I get them in. Even if it's not to my liking, I will legit check them. I will review them for you before you pull the trigger. So it helps you save some money by seeing them on foot, seeing the details, any flaws I will point out for you, stuff like that. Okay, so if you missed WTC in this video, where to cop, where to buy, if you missed that, it is at the end of the video overlaid over the on foot section. But if you miss it, head over to that link down below. That'll take you to my Instagram where you can see every single shoe that I review on foot. And if you click on that picture, it will tell you where I got them. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to be commenting that stuff down there. If you would prefer, you can join the Discord. There's 1,000 of us in there. There's 1,000 snide hunters. Thank you everybody who's in the Discord, part of that active community, helping each other out. I think there's some sellers in there as well now, so you can expect discounts, stuff like that. All right, all that being said, and while I try not to burp because I just drained an iced coffee far too quickly this morning, let's get into this pair of AJ4s. It's the purple pair, pretty cool. Quite interesting to see a rep of, given that you have no chance of getting the retails, but let's get into that now. Okay, so Travis Scott in full effect as always. He's an unstoppable force. There's your label if you're a legit checker or you're interested in seeing those details. Personally, I just recycle my boxes. They don't mean anything to me. The shoes go on foot, that's it. Let's get into these. So your standard bin liner packaging on these. Now, this is the Travis Scott Friends and Family. So these weren't even available. Its official colorway is Purple Dynasty, red, black. Requested by Brian Mitchell. Don't know what that is. Need to look that up. Weird. Okay, so first impressions, overall quality of these. If the camera could focus there, please, thank you. Overall quality is absolutely fantastic. The details are right. The components are accurate. The cage, really good cage on that. It's not loose, it's got the correct spacing. Really good. Let's look down here at the air unit. There's no paint spillage, very clean. Are there some brush strokes to be seen? No brush strokes on this. Which is something you do see on retails of AJ4s. Not that you can get this in retail, but there you go. There's the back panel. Heel tab returns to shape. Perfect, nice and firm. The lettering on here is good. The cut is good. Nice thick piece of suede. We're going to talk about the suede in a minute, because that is the only flaw, as it were, that is worth noting on these, because everything else is pretty damn good. I'm really happy with the stitching. The stitching is very clean and tidy. Let's get it up closer for you. Let's get a close-up of that stitching. Not a stitch out of place, ladies and gents. Always nice to see. Now, while we're here looking at the Vamp, from the images I've seen, this suede should be a nappier suede. It should be alive. It should be brushable. And this is, to some extent, but it's not like mad alive. It's not mad brushable like I've seen, but that could just be the pictures. You could probably bring that to life with some brush work if you got a suede brush to this, because it does actually change to the touch. I don't know how well the camera is picking that up. Not as well as I can see in person, but it is brushable. It is live. It's just not super apparent. Perhaps that's due to the lighting, perhaps the coloring of this shoe, but it is brushable. It is alive. Just it's not crazy like on the pictures I saw, but that could just be the pictures. Hard to say really, given the nature of this shoe's release and availability. So overall, these are really solid. I'm very happy with them. Let's have a look at the stitching up here. The embroidery is good. Good embroidery on the tongue tag. The insole's good as well. Let's get that out. They really have got this shoe down. Like, they've got the design down. There's your standard Cactus Jack on one, Travis Scott on the other one. It's got the glue marks that you'd expect to see, those horizontal lines that run down the bottom of the insole. In terms of legit checking, that's something to look for on an insole on an AJ4. But you know, I'm not going to do a lot of legit checking on a shoe like this because that would be superfluous. Down here, T plus K plus S 2118. Stitch work on that, the embroidery is pretty clean on that, to be honest. It's quite nice. And then on the other one, you've got Travis Scott inverted. You've got Travis Scott backwards on this one. Some trailing lines between the letters on the embroidery, but to be honest, like, you know, I'm repeating myself here, but if you're wearing one of these, people are gonna know, aren't they? If you're worried about that kind of thing, you're worried about Colas, they're gonna know. Unless you're friends with Travis Scott, but then why would you be wearing a rep, you know? So there you go. That is that shoe. It's a pretty quick review given the nature of it. Like, it is something of what, a fantasy piece, whatever you want to call it, unicorn. There's a few different terms for those, but it's a fun shoe. It's pretty cool. The colors are nice. The quality and construction's decent. The only thing I would talk about in terms of a flaw is that suede isn't super alive and kicking, but the rest of the details are pretty on point. I mean, they've got all the designs for these. They know what they're doing. They can cut the leather accurately. They got the patterns spot on, so no major flaws in that respect. You know, there's always differences in height of different sections depending on shoe size. I'm not overly fussed. You might call this a lazy review, not going super in depth, but I would do it if it was a shoe that was available on the market. But because this one isn't, I really don't see the point in stressing those finer points, because it's a shoe that is novelty to own. Pretty damn cool shoe. All right, we're gonna get straight onto on foot. Overlaid over on foot will be W2C Wedge Cop. If you miss it, as I said already, head over to the Instagram, head over to the Discord. Everything's in there that you need and more. Actually, there's a lot of things going on in that Discord. There are tips and tricks on using sugar goo, even CSS BY, all of that stuff. So if you're interested in different means of acquiring these items or clothing, things like that, there's a wealth of experience and expertise sharing advice openly and freely in that Discord server. So jump aboard the Snide ship, join the other Snide hunters, it's a really, really useful resource to have if you're into the rep game.